ever thought about how worried you'll be when you're in uni? Well, we definitely have, so why don't you take it from us?
Pa pa pa. Pa pa pa.
Okay.
Huh?
Karate. We're thinking
Pa, pa, pa.
Ip Man, we're thinking Bruce Lee vibes.
What a great reference. I
Right.
would love to watch an Ip Man movie again. Like, that would be such comfort in dire times.
I've never... is it dire times
It
for
is,
you?
in fact, dire times for me
Why?
right now.
Tell me
because
more.
I am drowning in a sea of academics, in an ocean of commitments. My language can only go so far. That's all I have in the bag.
It's like, these
Yeah.
are all the metaphors I have. Take
Yes.
it all.
Yeah, like that's as much brain power as I can possibly muster right now. Yeah, but
So you've been very busy.
I have. It's just been a super long week, and it's not even the end of the week yet.
Right, right.
I've just had like several commitments ongoing for me, on top of uni academics, which is also starting to pile up. So bless my soul. But yeah, it's just a lot of things to juggle right now, and I find that it's it's just a super annoying time because like there's just so many things to manage. Yeah.
Okay. Like, what do you think it's because of like uni? That's why there's so many things that are like happening in your life right now. Or like,
I definitely think it's because of uni. Because
Okay.
like, I mean, we know how school is. It's like
Yeah.
there's 14 weeks of school, and usually the first 7 is like pretty chill. But then after that, after recess week, it's like after recess week, everything hits you like a truck. Like
Yep.
all the
Yep.
all the modules that you thought you had a grasp on, like nah, I can handle it. After week 7, no, you don't. No, you
just
don't know.
You don't.
Yeah, you're clueless, you're lost, you're crying for help, and like everybody is like several miles, kilometers ahead of you already, and I'm like, no.
Wait, you're making it sound like uni is such a big rat race.
Yeah,
and everyone
it is. It is.
But I do think some of it is just because of the personal decisions that we make.
real. Like I did this to myself. Yeah.
As in, but because I know of you as like a person who likes to stay busy, and you have goals in mind that you want to reach, and therefore that's why you're like trying, like, okay, I want to take this, and that's why you're packing your week.
I'm so glad you mentioned the busy part
Yeah.
because I've never felt more productive in my life than this week.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting, because like a sort of theme for today's episode, I think, which ties in nicely, is about the idea of like uni troubles, right?
Yeah.
And like annoyances in uni, or things that you do in uni that you're like struggling with a little bit, or trying to get a grasp of. And like you're saying that like you're busy, but you also somewhat feel productive, but then you are, for lack of a better word, tired with a capital T.
Yeah. Yes. With a IRED, all capitalized.
All capitalized.
Yeah, all of it.
Bolded, underlined, highlighted.
Italicized,
Shucks, man. Yeah, but so I think that's interesting, because I think a lot of people feel that way as well, in terms of like, we're all staying busy and stuff, and then at the same time you feel somewhat good because you're like, hey, I'm like doing all of this, I'm being productive.
I feel like my brain is working at like 110 capacity this week, or like potential,
Right,
like
right.
it has never been fully utilized until today. And to all my friends who are watching, I know you will say, do I even have a brain? Yes, I do. It's currently being used, okay? Every single waking moment, it's being used, like this week at least.
I can see like the cogs in his head like turning
Yeah,
right
you can
now.
see the smoke bellowing out from my head. Like that's how much is being used. Yeah.
Shucks.
But for me, I think like even though it's rewarding, like even though it's rewarding to be this productive, it also takes a toll, because
Of
like
course, yeah.
you need to know how to manage. And for me right now, I'm still struggling to manage not only like the physical burden of like just doing all the things that I'm doing,
Right.
but the annoying part is managing the mental side of it as well, where like, or like the emotional side of it. Can I cope with the stress? Can I cope with like the stress of my commitments, of fulfilling those commitments, but also the stress of like making sure my academics don't tank. And I think that's the most annoying thing that I'm facing in uni right now, because like there's just so much going on, and you
Okay.
can only be in so many places at once.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like, and when I mean by that, it's not just physically, but also like mentally. Can I be in the right mental headspace for all of my commitments on top of my academics to make sure that I excel in each one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely can't devote like 100% of your being to every single thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
So then it's like, how do you prioritize?
And
right?
multitask, right?
Yeah.
But that's the most annoying thing for me. What about you?
People.
Oh my god, real. Say it louder for the people in the back. Yes. Wow.
Pour the tea, we start stirring the pot. No, which is funny because like I'm very much a people person.
She is.
Yeah,
You know,
and-
she'll stay up till like late nights just to make sure like, oh, this person is well taken care of. Or like you know, buy gifts and whatnot for people.
love.
Yeah.
No, but
she's gross.
Okay. Two different ends of the spectrum here. But no. I'm very much an extrovert, very much a people person.
Yeah.
But this semester, I think I've taken on mods that are all people heavy in terms of like group projects, like really a lot of group projects and stuff. And a lot of it is luck, I think. Like I don't bid with friends, or rather I don't go into classes together with friends. I don't purposely do that because I like to meet people. Case in point. So people person, right?
And it's really amazing. You should just throw her into a room of people, right? She'll walk out of the room knowing half the people there. It doesn't matter if it's 50 people or 500 people, she'll know half the people there at the end of the day.
I just that's all I do. No, but yeah, so because of that, I go in and I really don't have like a group that I'm with or like whatever. Which also means then it's very much based off luck, like who I'm allocated to, or who I just end up, sitting next to, and therefore will they become friends. And I've had a good share, or rather I've been very blessed for the first like year of uni that like all my group mates were great, and like I'm still really good friends with like a lot of them. Like my financial accounting group, shout out to y'all if you do watch this. No, but this semester, I think I've had like the whole spectrum. Like I've had like a super good group all the way to like
A
shit.
super not group. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, wow, okay, we're not gonna go PG on this. Nice.
Ah, man, we keep it short, simple, succinct.
Absolute
It's just shit.
trash. Yeah.
No, and I think it's not because of like I think there's a few things that come into play, right? One of it is just personality differences. Like I think the way we do things is just different. And then what irks me on top of that is if you don't take initiative.
Oh.
That is like one of my number one pet peeves. I think especially because the mods that I'm taking now, the classes that I'm taking, are things that I feel like I can score well in. Or like it's not numbers based. So I will struggle less to understand, or it's a bit more intuitive for me to like do and like enjoy as well. As compared to like number classes, I'm like, wrecking my brain to try and figure that out. Like steam and smoke, just like
Error
a steam
404,
train.
brain cannot be found.
Yeah, no, but because this semester all my classes are very much writing based or things that I really enjoy, so I feel like I can 100% score like well in this, or I have that inclination to, like a lot more. But then a group project involves a team, and not everybody has that same inclination and stuff. So then it's like it's also how do you solve it, right? Like how do you
solve it? How do you get around it?
Such a good question. So we are like 10 weeks into the term.
Yeah.
It's going, that's for sure. Like I think
It's not going well, it's not going good, it's just
there's a reason why I didn't qualify.
Nice.
Right?
I'm
Like,
going, period.
like as in I think for so there's different types of groups. I think there's one group where we generally work quite well, but or rather everyone has initiative to do things, but we are just like personality clash and people just don't meet eye to eye, or I find maybe these questions are okay, another person jumps on, it's like, no, I think these questions are like not it. So then it's just a lot of like back and forth and like, okay, who gives in, who's gonna compromise, but you also don't want to compromise because you think yours is better, right? Like, a lot of noise. And so, not gonna lie, also this person is like, it's like a one person out of like a 6-man team.
Shout out to that one person in that
Shout out to you, man, because wow, things are tough.
TUFF, and there's only you.
Yeah.
You make it tough.
No, real. Because like I'll give a very simple example. We are meant to send out a survey for this group project.
Okay.
We do the survey.
Oh my god, wait, is it the murder your thirst?
Yes, yeah. So we sent out the survey, and it's like maybe like 20 question survey, 8-minute survey. And then like we are on it, and then I'm like telling them, okay, we need to push out ASAP because it's already week 10. We have a lot of things to do. So like, let's push. I keep texting like every like 4 hours. I'm like, okay, so guys, like anything else you want to add, or like everybody check through and like whatever, right? All the way until literally the minute like everyone else in the group, so 5 of us all say like, yeah, it's good to go. We all think it's great. We've all checked through. This person comes online and this person goes, there's a lot of things I think we need to change. And this is like the minute before I'm meant to send it out. And you know what irks me the most? You know what irks me the most is that this person came online. One, okay, you may be busy, so you only come online now. But two, you don't even have the you have the audacity to like tell us to edit it for you, which maybe is like inconvenient for you to edit. But I just think there's a nicer way to phrase things. Like the person would like, like
red flag.
Oh no. Yeah, like I think communication
Yeah.
is something that it's a way to solve it, right? Just understanding how to communicate with other people.
Yeah.
But some people just lack that skill, like very frankly speaking.
Like
Or
common
they-
sense, you know? You think it's common, but it's just
or
not
like they
there.
just gotta develop it a little bit more, you know? Because like just a tinge more. Because really, like this person when he came online, then started sending like screenshots of like, okay, this question changed, and it's small things like, oh, can we add like a question mark? And I'm like, I will add a question mark to your face, like please. Because why are you coming online now and telling me this literally 1 minute for me to send out, and then you're sending like 20 questions worth of like, change this, oh why is this,
And it's all
like
cosmetic.
that.
Like
No, there's some good
content changes?
things, but
Okay.
it was more of like, you literally had like 48 hours to tell me this, first of all.
Real.
And then second of all, like you're not even bothering to change it like yourself. Like you're forcing all of us to do it on behalf of you, which is a lot of back and forth. Yeah, so basically, okay, end of run. We are still working together as a team. We still have a few more weeks to go. And like I said, like I do think it will still be, oh, thank you so much. I do think we will still...
Sending my prayers.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it does like show like, okay, like there's different types of people, and like obviously you just have to suck it up and like work with them, right? Like, I think this, at some point you can say you can confront, but at some point you just gotta bite the bullet sometimes and then just move on, because it's not worth the time, the energy, or like you're just simply just gotta keep moving. Yeah, so I would say that is probably one way, or that is at least my plan to go forward with this project, because there's no other way that I think is better at this current stage. Yeah, so
like we were given 2 thumbs. Just take one, suck it up.
Oof! What a line.
No, but like, because I feel like there are some, okay, yes, all this is like, it's really angering, it's really not desired at all. And naturally, like, we feel the inclination to be like, for lack of a better word, the B word about this.
Okay.
To buzz about this.
Of course.
Yeah. But I feel like at the end of the day, the work still needs to get done. So it's just a matter of like, as long as you, okay, for me, I take it differently. Like, I think for most people, the immediate response is, the immediate response is to do the work, yes, but they focus a lot on like being emotional about it. I don't think you and I have that issue. I think for us, it's just like, but then after that, we like focus on getting the work done. Once the work is done, then it's like the emotions go with it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think at first I was a bit like as in I would just reply, or like I'm like, okay, like so what. But then after a while also, I also realized, there's some, like, she does raise good points, this person did, and this person also said like, like it did help make the survey better, but it's just all super inconvenient and super like, just not in a nice way, which then to me is like well, that's the person that they're gonna be, then good for them. Like, you just gotta let it go. Like, shouldn't affect you personally. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think then it just ruins everything. Like, it ruins your morale, ruins like your mood and stuff.
It really
just
does.
Like, just push through. Yeah. And is it like, it sounds so easy to say, because in the moment obviously you're like,
wake up, just grow up, right?
Yeah, as in, and not like, I think not specific to this groupmate, but like in general, I think certain groupmates also just lack, like, to them, it's like, oh, you need to do it in a specific way. Like, for example, this person might find it like, I need to update you on like every single thing that I change, even if it's something like, I capitalized everything. Yeah, then they will like tell like, hey guys, I capitalized everything.
Okay,
hey guys, I do that, which is like.
But at least they did it.
Like, no, yeah, which is why.
you
So
to do
that,
it, right?
which is the point, right? Like, the point being is that at least you're doing your work,
Yeah,
and that is like the bare minimum, which we shouldn't just be grateful for the bare minimum. But I am grateful that you are doing the bare minimum.
Let's not settle for less or the bare minimum.
Yeah, but at least there is a bare minimum.
Yes,
there is
yes.
a threshold.
There's a flaw, they're on the
Correct,
floor,
yeah.
but like there's a flaw.
Jennifer Lopez on the floor.
Whoa, I do not know that song.
Okay.
We'll get onto that in another episode.
Yeah, of
But
course, yeah.
For me, it's like, I think now that you mentioned group work, I think for me, the most problematic or the most annoying thing that I could face is if you don't know how to do your work, but you don't bother searching.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like you don't bother helping yourself. Simply put, and what I mean by that is like, let's say like this person says like that. I nearly said friend. I think they're only end.
Yeah.
But like if an acquaintance or a colleague were to talk about like changing certain things or whatnot, then I feel like just do it. If it's just something that you can easily do or you can easily search up, but you don't bother searching up,
Yeah.
and you just lord your questions over everybody, expecting an answer from other people or expecting to be spoon-fed, then to me I'm like, dude, then why do you have a brain? Why do you have eyes? Why do you have fingers?
No,
You know, you
100%.
you
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
and search this up yourself. Google is such a versatile tool. Just go and Google and do your research first. Or if like you don't bother searching in the group chat beforehand for this particular bit of information, or like you ask, oh guys, when's the deadline or whatever is this? And I'm like, just read. You're not illiterate. Just go to the group chat and read. We put it there already. There are people like that, and there are people who are expecting to be spoon-fed, and to me it's just such a turn-off. It's just such an ick. Yeah.
What about those people that always need your approval? Like, so I'll go back to the capital letter example. It's like, this person, Kara might have said that a bit out of context. So basically, this person will like always update whenever they do things.
Yep.
But to me, at some point, it's also like, you don't need to update me. Like, just change the thing. Like, I capitalize everything. Okay, good job.
Yep.
You're so good at English. Move on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as in,
Good for you. A for English.
no, as in like it is good. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
denying
yeah.
that it's good, but it was like okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say after that. Like,
Duly noted with thanks.
yeah, then I remember like they were saying, oh yeah, I edited one citation, I added the year to it. And I'm like,
Okay, and?
yeah. I'm like, okay. Like literally the reaction, like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because like what else am I meant to say? Like to me, it's a bit of unnecessary.
Yeah, it's not like value adding.
Yeah,
that
in
much,
a way.
sense,
No,
right?
it's more of like you can just say, oh, I edited like stuff in the doc. Okay, I realize this is me also being maybe a bit like frustrated just because like, you know, then you just keep getting messages throughout, right? Which is like, like I said, I do want to say, I am grateful if you're watching this. I am grateful to you for doing it. But at the same time, wow. It's like, I don't need 10 messages to tell me that like, oh, like grammar is fine because you can just summarize it in one message, yeah.
Yeah, agreed. No, but like, okay, I sympathize, empathize with this person because I used to do it myself. Like when it
Okay.
came to professional work or like stuff that would involve like external clients. I mean, group presentations, I don't see the need to do it. But when it comes to external clients, like, and I'm representing a bigger organization, I used to have the tendency to do that, just to run everything down to the letter by my supervisor.
Okay.
But I realized in due time that it does become quite annoying for my supervisor to have to keep looking at it.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, you should have a bit of confidence. Like if
Yeah,
this was already
yeah.
done in the past and it's correct, if you're doing the exact same thing, use your brain, you know?
I think it's also just because uni nowadays, or rather since, 2 years in uni, I think it's like forced me to be a lot more efficient or like prioritize like efficiency and like effectiveness, right?
Yeah.
So it's,
Like we don't have time to waste. you know?
yeah, and like I realize like all the stories that I'm sharing, it's also like it is big, but it's also like small things when you look at
Yeah.
it. But it just delays the process, or it just makes it a lot harder to just deal with or like get the point across or to like understand. Yeah. So when I like take a step back, I'm like, okay, like to be honest, like kudos to all of them for like at least doing the bare minimum. We are not going to talk about a group that doesn't take initiative because I don't want to talk about it.
Cut the film.
Long story short is really just like you have to like then one or two people have to tank the whole thing, which is just sucks.
It's
and
just
I think,
not fair, lah. Not fair to
I think
those
a lot of
one or two
people can relate as well. So, but anyways, aside from that, it's the idea that like, yeah, because of efficiency. So it's like, oh, my need for efficiency versus like how other people see it versus group dynamic. Yeah, how do you balance that? Yeah.
But I feel like moving forward, like unfortunately we can't choose our group mates. We can't choose who we work with. Yeah. So I guess that's a silver lining because then it forces you. Okay, at least it forces me to learn how to adapt to
100%,
different working
yeah.
styles, different leadership styles.
100%.
Like whether I'm a follower or whether I'm a leader. How do I adapt my style to my colleagues? And I've had like a vast different, we've had people like you who are like super people-centric, super on the ball, to the complete opposite where very authoritarian or hierarchical
Yeah,
and
100%.
or like just don't want to do that work. So it's how do you deal with this? But I think at the end of the day, if the priority is just getting the job done, where there's a will, there's a way.
100%, yeah.
We will be able to find some way to work. Doesn't need to work well, but as long as it works, it gets the job done.
Yeah.
I think that's all that matters, or at least that's all that matters to me. Then I worry about the personal relations after.
Okay, yeah. So I guess that's one, that is a good way to solve it, or at least, maybe not solve, but it tackles it.
Yeah, at least going forward, that's my game plan lah. I mean, project work is not gonna die down anytime
Of course,
soon.
it's not going to go away as well.
I wish it did. Then my worries will go away. But do you think that your worries will go away? Like, do you think that you'll get to a point where like you will cope so well with whichever human being comes your way that you're like, okay, you're this kind of person, I got you, solution. And you're like, and no worries come your way at all. It's like if they pull this kind of crap again, I'm ready. Do you think you'll ever get to that stage?
Not really, to be honest. I think just everyone operates so differently. Like, I think no matter how many groups you're in, it is such a balance of different personalities and stuff. And your balance as well. Like, you can have a type A, type B, type C person, but themselves as people are all individuals, and how they portray it, type A, type B, type C is also all very different. So even if you work with type A, B, and C before, you're going to get a new set of type A, B, C.
Whether worse, for worse or for better or for worse.
Correct, yeah.
It's
So
like a marriage, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the mix will always be different anyway. So it's like, I don't think it will ever go away. But it will definitely be something that I guess you get better at managing. Together with, like, I think it's so funny because I think it's really interrelated, right? Like, your project work or like working together is one thing, and then doing that on top of like having to juggle your own things as well.
Yeah.
Like you were sharing, it's like, wow, it is a handshake.
But it's a handshake that I don't want to happen because it just takes such a heavy toll
So
on
then,
here.
do you think you'll get better at juggling like everything?
I think I will. So like I think that the worry for how well I juggle will eventually go away unless I decide to keep taking, it's like a linear graph.
Right.
Like I keep deciding to take even more and more things. But I think to do so much right now before my career even takes off, I think it's a good precursor to how the actual workforce will be. And at least it mentally prepares me like, I know I have this much of my candle to offer and I know exactly when the burnout point is. And for me, it's like, if I can juggle this many things right now on the level of sleep that I'm getting, on the level of health up here that I'm getting, I know that moving forward, if any more things were to come my way, I can at least be prepared for it. Or at least I'm so efficient enough in the current processes of like routine stuff like academics, etc., that I know how to work my way in the coming sems, like the coming semesters, or even when I graduate. So I'm just looking, but right now I'm still looking forward to that point where I actually get there. And I'm like, this 5, you want me to finish like 50 different things? No problemo. I got you.
But maybe then you might change your mindset to like never putting yourself in that situation where you have to do 50 things.
That is true, but I think personally I would like to, like you say, I like to keep myself busy because like I feel fulfilled through accomplishing things, being productive, etc.
Yeah, okay.
But for me, on top of that also is I want to challenge myself. So I want to grow. And in order for you to grow is you have to keep doing things that you feel a vested interest in, or like on top of the things that are already compulsory, that are already going to happen. For instance, your academics. Like as much as I want to drop out, my mom and dad are watching this, so and they're like, and they want me to have a degree, have this piece of paper that's so important nowadays. So if that's gonna be the case, then I just have to bite the bullet and fight through. But on top of the compulsory things, there's also things that I want to pursue. And I want to see these things grow, like this podcast. So if that's the case, then I just need to find a way of getting there. And I also have goals that I set for myself at the end of the year. This year being like making as much money as I can. So if that's going to be the goal, how am I going to get there?
Yeah.
In order to get there, I need to do more things or invest or etc. etc. But all these take time and effort, and it's just how I want to prioritize said time and effort into achieving my goal. And I think my goal setting will never change. So if that's going to be the case, there will come a new set of worries.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I welcome them with open arms. I might regret this like in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years time. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned for more, indeed. Yeah, but if you think that your worries aren't gonna go away, how are you? Like, I mean, you mentioned one coping mechanism that I would do is just to bite the bullet and focus on the work, just to make sure the job gets done. But personally, for you, what do you think is your coping mechanism going forward? If the worry of like, how shit will my teammates be, or how will the group dynamic be? How will you cope with this?
I don't think I go into class thinking that. Like, as in every semester is a new semester. And I'm never like fully like apprehensive or like, even after this group, like, this group project exam, I wouldn't say like I like hate like people or whatever, right? It's just more of like...
I just like strongly dislike.
I think it's just more of like, we just don't vibe in certain circumstances, which is fine. Like, you do your own thing. So I think it's just, number one, you don't set yourself the expectation of like of going in knowing that you like are going to have a good group mate and stuff, because sometimes expectations fall short. So when you don't set that expectation, then
as what Mary Jane, is it Mary Jane? No, MJ said in Spider-Man No Way Home, where there's, oh no, I'm gonna screw up the entire statement. But essentially, where there's no expectation, there will not be disappointed. If you don't expect it, you will not be disappointed.
I know the line you're referencing, but I also can't remember the line.
You can let us know in the comments down below what was the actual line. But sorry, you were saying?
No, so expectation is one, which is I think a good thing to have, but also like, I mean, positivity, like positive outlook, and like, there's always a good thing to things. Like, I would think of it as saying like, okay, I have all of these group projects and not all of them are going super well. But that's fine. Like, I figure out how to handle things. I figure out how to handle different types of people and manage, like, you know, have fun with certain groups, be a bit more serious with other groups. So like, having that outlook, I think, also helps. Just staying positive and like, or even not staying positive, but if you just want to stay like realistic, like, okay, but we'll get stuff done. Like, okay, but I can do this. That will tie you through anyways, right? It's a bit like sucking it up. But I would like to think of it in a more
positive light.
Yeah, like smiley vibes, smiley face
Smile
vibes.
through the pain. Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but now that you say it like that, I'm like, yeah, maybe just a little bit. But I think like at the end of the day, like it is not a big worry, if that makes sense. Like, I think it is a big worry now because it's like we're in the midst of it. Like, we're in the thick of everything, and like it's all like hitting you. So it's like everything is just overwhelming. But you know, you take a step back, you're like, okay, after this semester, for example, as in, you know, as with specific reference to uni, after this semester, you don't need to see them again. You can say hi on campus, that's about it. You can walk away, like, toodaloo, not gonna work with you anymore, but that's fine. And knowing that, I think also it's just somewhat comforting, to say the least. But yeah, like I don't think it is, I would not classify it as like a big worry. So the fact that it's not going away isn't like a super big problem.
I think finding a good like social support, whether it's like your family or like a certain group of friends, to be able to vent this to. I think that's also really important.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I could vent to you about this shitty teammate that I have, or shitty classmate or shitty groupmate. And after I rant, I find myself like super light. And that helps me like reset completely. And just like ready to prepare for whatever this shitty person has for me. So I think like just building that social support group is important, or at least just finding some outlet where you can healthily vent. And the internet is not a good place to vent. So let's not leave any digital footprint. Let's not do that, because in this day and age, the digital world is where everybody views you. But like just keeping that clean, but on top of that, like just finding some outlet to vent. You don't even need to like verbally vent. if it just means like you go for boxing classes, which she does, like you go for boxing classes and you just imagine this person and you're like, pow, pow, pow. Okay.
Okay, I don't do that.
We
I
do
want to
not
disclaim.
condone that, but like anger.
Letting it out,
Yeah,
letting it
like
out.
anger on that boxing bag.
Oh
and
my
like,
God.
and then you like, pow.
You make me
squash
sound
that
like
anger.
I'm like those
She's
people
not
that have,
violent.
like,
She doesn't do
voodoo
that.
dolls and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, she doesn't.
Please.
Okay, just to preface for everybody out there, she is a lovely ball of sunshine, but we all need some outlet to vent.
Yeah.
Like even if it just means like I don't know, squishing your favorite soft toy, I think that helps also. Just to have that physical release of like the frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long story short, you're worried in uni, or actually any point in life. How do you deal with it? You either suck it up,
Yep.
with respect to your specific problem, of course. You either suck it up, or you have a positive vibe and outlook and try to think of it silver lining, or you vent it out and let your frustrations in a healthy, good,
Healthy,
safe manner, or you do all three, and you should be fine.
Yeah, honestly, I think it should be fine because I think the way life works is when you hit a down, you eventually hit an up. So it's just a matter of riding the down until you hit the up. So
Preach.
fingers crossed. I hope that's how it works. But that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for listening to us and for tuning in. We hope that you guys like what you saw. If you did, make sure to let us know by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our Tifu podcast. But on top of that, we also want to see all your comments. We do want more comments on our episodes. So let us know down below what has been worrying you thus far or what has been irritating you. You know, whatever strikes a heavier chord. But where else can they find us?
Yep. So you are hopefully watching this on YouTube, but you can also head on over to Spotify if you want a more convenient, on-the-go sort of way to listen to us, whether you're on the train or you're on your commute back home or to wherever you're going. So yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. You can also check out our Instagram where we also release, when we also release when we're doing our episodes, and we also have like a little interactive segment every Monday, so you can, yap with us as well. So yeah, and if you do have any ideas or anything that you want to share with us, you can let us know what you want the next podcast topic to be, and maybe we'll also talk about it and share that conversation with you guys.
Shout out to Belinda as well for suggesting this episode's idea, which is Uni Troubles. So Belinda, thank you so much.
All love, all love. So with that, we hope that you will
Take it from us. Bye. Yeah. Pow, pow, pow.
Yay!